Hello! Welcome to day 200 of quarantine. It's been a while since we've done a video because we just, got busy doing other things, and it was kind of tough to continue making videos when a lot of the stuff was fairly similar, and we got caught up in summer stuff. And that, squawk. So we're here recognizing, celebrating day 200. We've got a lot of great stuff planned. Hopefully this won't get too long, but we'll see how it turns out in post. We are going to be doing the kids will be doing each doing a creativity challenge. We're going to do some family decorating for fall. We're going to talk about our routines to maintain sanity, and we'll give you kind of a peek at what our day looks like right now that we're back to school. All right, it's shortly before school. We've done our eating, our hair brushing, our getting dressed, our regular morning routines. That feels vaguely threatening, thank you.
Our knifing.
These are post-prandial. They've had their breakfast, they've been outside, and now it is time for... It is time for what? Oh, Twig did not appreciate that.
Meditative potato.
Mate tate.
Mate tate. We're going to meditate with Andy this morning using our Headspace app. 10-minute morning meditation before school. All right, everyone ready? That's bad for your spine position. Could you acquire a healthier position for your spine? It's the arching, the curvature of your spine that's not so great. We're not going to record the meditation because we're just going to sit here and listen to Andy and try to breathe and do what he tells us to. And that's really not exciting watching.
You should shout out Headspace.
I did shout out Headspace because I mentioned Andy and I mentioned the Headspace app. So, done.
Just say shout out to Headspace.
Shout out to Headspace, as the kids say these days. What are you doing?
Me.
Okay. Stay in class where you belong.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're watching? You're on a field trip, virtual field trip.
I'm learning about the P-61 Black Widow Night Fighter by Northrop.
When was that used?
Sometime during World War II. It was not as close to the beginning. This was really the first American fighter of World War II.
Oh, okay.
It didn't have any gear. It was a monoplane. It had some versions had 4 guns, some versions only had 2.
So what was the Black Widow primarily used for?
Night fighting and
Okay.
stuff. It had a surprisingly large amount of guns. It had 4 20mm Hispano cannons under its nose, in its underbelly section. And then that right there, that little dome thing, that's a turret of 4 50 caliber 12mm Browning machine guns.
Wow.
Let's see if I can find chops. Yeah. You will get the chop.
Just a regular lunchtime.
I need 3 slices from the loaf of cheese.
The loaf.
That's too many.
Of cheese. Why
You're
is it?
too many.
I'm gonna have a smoothie. How often do I have smoothies?
Every day.
Almost every day. Okay, what was that? What was that? Do that again? You're brushing me with the blessing me. You're blessing me with the papers from the cheese loaf.
I like to cut G.
It's lunchtime for those of us who are at home, working at home, attending school at home. So you have Fubai run over there with his slices of the cheese loaf.
I need to take my pack of Z3D.
My bagel and microwaved vegetables.
And it's time for some Funimation. What are we watching?
That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Which is quite awesome, must say. I recommend the slime.
I also have a pack of Z3D pills.
I think you mean Pez.
Z3D.
Z3D. It's Wednesday.
This
It's
is
Wednesday,
basically
my
how easy
dudes.
it is to cut this.
We have our SPPS meal box.
By the way, this is not pre-cut.
Don't crash into your brother, Aaron. Milk, milk, milk!
You just immediately noticed the milk.
The avocado!
Ah,
Yay!
mildly delicious.
Raise your snack standards.
More Fruit Loops, only one though.
Only one Fruit Loop this time. Ooh, tortillas. Do you have
Hurricane
tortillas,
Katrina,
Santa?
more like Hurricane
Marisha
Priscilla.
Vodka.
Ooh, ooh. Ultimate cheddar cheese dip.
Oh my god.
Yes.
We don't have nachos.
Cinnamon
Guys.
crisps.
Nacho cheese, all be gone.
Your other left foot. And crank it up. The other direction. Alright. Keep it up, two stands. Nice. And stay your feet are too wide. Nice. Oh, that's good.
Push harder.
Put on check. 7-3 stands.
Oh no.
To do our front snap kick, we drop that foot. Chamber the back foot. Stamp out, striking with the ball of the foot. Step back down 7-2. Very, very simple. This is the easiest of the kicks.
Yeah, somehow we screwed it up.
Back there, Aaron. I'll have you do the other one later there. Alright, ready? Left foot out. Hands up to cover. Your fingers are all going to get busted. You won't be able to use your hands until they heal. Itchy.
Go.
Knee.
Go.
Sun. Okay, run a stop. So what you do is you plant the front foot and then you don't step forward with the front foot.
Like doing this.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, now go back to where there is. Go! Knee.
Go.
Sun. Dose.
Go.
She.
Go.
Go. Dose. Hajime.
Food.
Those apples are building up, and we'll make like some
Dude, that is not how we clean.
turnovers.
Could you please not? Could you demonstrate some technique that's actually... No. Could you demonstrate a little bit of actual technique? Just a second. Thank you. All right.
Allow me to clean.
Ooh, you did a nice job on the counters. Mirrors.
Look at you guys. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You are beautiful.
Does that all belong like that there?
Yes.
These two things belong put away.
Sorry, clean
So
this
put them
one.
Well, they were there.
No,
so-
but that's not how this works though.
No, you cannot take a child away from its parent.
Okay, this is not how we do this. We set it up. This goes over there.
No, this is the Among Us hat, and this is the Among Us pet.
Okay. And no, this has to be here so that we can scrub our nails. That gets put away. We need to keep things put away. The child is independent. Some people's children are weird.
There are little tape bubble thingies on the back of these, so you can just take them out.
I am scared now.
I'm gonna take these black rocks, these tiny little black rocks, and stuff them in this tiny glass jar. And then snip these flowers at least up to there, and then stick them inside of the black rocks. Oops. A little harder to pour than expected. There was one right in the cap. I was able to just go. Oop, I dropped some. I don't want to make a mess. My mom would get mad at me. Not quite enough yet. Alright. Just a couple more. We have a lot of extra, but whatever. We can use that for something else. And now. I might have bought tweezers if I knew it would be so tedious. And there we go. There it is. I like it. Now time to clean up.
So this is your creative challenge, yes?
Yeah.
And what are you looking for? Slime.
Rimuru.
Rimuru,
My
okay.
face isn't as pale as he.
So you're looking for a costume?
Yes.
Your project is to find a costume or assemble a costume of Rimuru Tempest. Which elements are you looking for? Are you
Yes.
So you're looking for all of them? And you want to make sure that there's hair, right?
Yep.
Hair. What if we dyed your hair that color?
That's probably not possible
Okay, so
without bleaching my hair.
that might be tough, yeah. Hair, the clothes, the shoes. And this is one of your favorite characters, anime characters?
Yes.
Excellent. The kids each did a creativity challenge. So Furan, show us your creativity project. What did you
I guess
do?
I'm good first. This is what it looks like.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, excellent. So what's in there?
Fake flowers and tiny little black rocks.
And what made you want to do the black rocks?
I just saw them and I was like, you know what? That's cool.
Can I see the little black rocks? And then why fake flowers? What made you
Because
sparkly?
the real flowers would probably just die.
Yeah. You had a couple of ideas, and they all had something to do with flowers. So.
Or leaves.
Or leaves. Yep. We do like to. We do like to collect those. That turned out very nice, and you're keeping it in your new office space over there?
Yep.
Excellent. Lovely. Thank you for sharing it with us. Okay, Fubaran wanted to do a costume challenge, and we didn't provide a budget because we were just not organized enough. So instead, he found there's a costume that he would like to make or acquire or assemble in some fashion, and it is a character from an anime. Would you like to tell us about this? Puppies
There we go.
this. Just a second, we have to take a brief puppy break here.
Oh, where's the twig pup?
She's under the couch right now.
No, she isn't.
She's not.
Retract. She's not there.
Alright.
There are no balls of.
He also makes it go from most expensive to least expensive.
She comes.
Here comes. He has to have you in the vid.
Must have.
The puppies do make our lives better. Yes, they do. They do.
Tomorrow we're getting behind ice creams.
We'll see. All right. So you wish to present your costume challenge?
Yeah, there
Where?
are multiple parts of it. I'm gonna decide what you allow me to buy instead of just coming up with a budget, because that's gonna be way too much math for me. No.
Okay.
It says the name.
9.
Okay. So please tell us that might not be visible on with the way the camera distorts. I mean, it'll see the pictures, but it may not see all the words
So
properly.
I got this thing.
So-
It's the main outfit. It's made of polyester. It takes about 2 to 4 weeks. This is Etsy. It takes about 2 to 4 weeks
To make
make
after.
receipt payment.
Okay. So it's made by someone.
International shipping usually takes about 7 to 15 days.
Okay. Do we know where this is shipping from?
No clue.
Let's see.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong? Okay. And was this the best deal you found?
It was the least expensive version that wasn't gonna take 9 years.
Where are these from? China.
China.
Guangzhou. Those, I've seen instructions for how to make things close enough to this that I think we could probably make you those.
We need the right colors.
Actually, the instructions that I have found have you buy just the cheapest but comfortable enough for you to wear, like galoshes, and then they have painting instructions for how to paint them
Oh,
and
okay.
personalize them. And a lot of people like to do that for their cosplay because it's an inexpensive way to get shoes, because these are going to end up being $50.
Then there's the wig.
Easy Cosplay. I forget where Easy Cosplay is located. We got Furaran's Diane costume from them.
Alright, and then lastly is this.
It's the slime!
This is not the most important part of the costume. Right?
The cheapest.
It's, well, yes, it's the cheapest, but
It's not the most important.
Darkening storm
we
cloud
we
light.
may not get stuff put up outside as planned because we just heard some lovely thunder. Okay, öffnen. Woohoo! Let's take things out, set things aside as needed. And I want you to think about how you want to use some of these things.
Well, first I'm gonna need to know what's all where. Right, these are some
Oh, it's Frank.
springs and.
Where should we put these?
It's Frank!
We could.
Frank!
Let's not put Frank outside this year, because we don't want him to go flying around. I have an
He's
idea.
supposed to fly, but we
I have
could.
an idea.
We could stick them on the or we could hang him on
Halloween big old thick napkins. Napkins.
The either the shepherd's hook, or we could hang him on the one of the arbors. He could dangle in one of the arbors.
Yeesh. Franco
Did you hear that one?
Franco here.
Oh, nice.
This guy is the spooky, and if you flip this off, it's actually a skull underneath. It's kind of creepy.
If you put batteries in it, it makes noise and shakes. We've never used it that way, or we haven't used it that way in a long time.
So I put these.
Yeah, I like that sitting out. Oh, that works.
How did you get that hoop?
Is that from my office?
Yep.
Nice.
Don't jump, everyone.
Everyone, don't jump.
Oh, a potato.
Oh god.
You know, at first I could kind of see its face, and it looked like it was screaming and the fly. And like now, it's like,
around my room.
Should we keep that there though?
Yes.
No, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Some of these should go downstairs. We use face downstairs. Oh, that looks very nice. Where's the camera? I need a picture of you, an actual picture. Okay, and maybe let's actually do decorating, not just dumping. Dumping is not what?
That's from Z3D.
Minimal Z3D, because we gotta be not like ruining our dinner.
This?
Yes. That.
Look at me.
They do their stuff nice.
How's your food, guys?
Good.
Good.
Shout out to Taco House.
Shout out to Taco House. Honk.
Hey, the food's good. And it's conveniently close to school. Win-win.
You're doing it right now.
So, last 200 days. What do you guys have to say about it?
Last 207 days. Kill me now.
No.
Well, in general, I feel like I've been surviving it okay. But there's some things that I'm really starting to miss. 17 nights and gatherings with friends with no worries.
Yeah.
It has been nice to, when we did a few gatherings with a friend or a couple in our backyard, distanced and outside, and that was nice, but it's currently like 62 degrees outside and wet and chilly.
I admit I'm a little scared about winter.
Trash bag.
I'm worried about it's that being able to visit with people outside is going to be so much more weather dependent and person dependent.
Mm-hmm.
Some of our friends are not really hanging out outside people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not a stand around outside in the winter person. I need to be moving, so skiing or walking or hiking or something. What do you miss most?
Friends, that's easy.
Okay.
The ability to breathe without having to wear a mask.
Yes, not that ability to breathe without having to wear a mask. That's fair. So one of the things that I've discovered about being trapped with my family in isolation for extended periods of time, with none of us actually really leaving very long, like we don't go to school, we don't go to work, except Steve does, right now. Well, we leave to go biking and that sort of thing, but we don't get to like go away to school or go away to work for the most part. Living with other people is difficult. They do things like this. We have 2 plates, each with butter sitting on it, softening. When we have this really cool butter crock thing that helps keep your butter soft, but nobody puts the butter in it. They take it out to soften and then don't bother sticking it in, and it sits there and it sits there and eventually gets all used up. And then there's another one. It's really frustrating. Then we also have this. Whose dishes are these? We don't know. Who will wash them? We don't know. So frustrating. Living with other people is difficult and requires a lot of communication and negotiation and frustration. So one of the things that we've been doing to keep ourselves sane and happy is we've been working on trying to make our space a little bit better. This room is a little cluttered right now because this is the room we actually are spending the least amount of time in, strangely. So we've organized all of our games. This is the upstairs game cupboard. There's a cupboard downstairs, sort of a closet, and it's all organized. And we've been gathering up stuff to get rid of. We have games, clothes, toys, things we don't use anymore, puzzles, and they all get queued over here. Unfortunately, that means that, you know, my meditation space is like all surrounded by crap. But, you know, we can meditate other places. But this is one of the ways that we've been trying to make it a little easier to be here at home. So now it's time to talk about how we've stayed sane for 200 days.
Yes. Assuming we are actually sane.
Spoiler alert!
It ain't looking good for Grandma.
Looking good for Grandma.
Humor's helped, obviously. The more absurd, the better.
Definitely. Definitely.
The kids definitely end up in their absurd moments with all this.
I think having a routine has been good.
Routines are decent.
You know, we have things that we regularly do.
Get you so far.
What?
I said I can get you so far.
Yep.
Yeah. I think we kind of focused a little bit on making our own spaces a little better. We did some office cleaning and stuff for ourselves, and then we kind of made the spots for the kids to kind of have their little corners, both for office kind of space and for school work.
It's actually interesting. It was today that I was just realizing that we pretty much spend most of our time down here, unless we're sleeping or cooking food.
Yeah,
we
downstairs.
are down here. I work in my office.
Mm-hmm. When I worked from home, I worked in my office.
I do a lot of my leisure stuff either in my office or right here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my dance, my yoga.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a lot of family activities and the two of us activities.
Yeah.
All the biking.
We've done a lot of biking together,
So
just going
much
out.
biking.
So we've
What's
also
your-
once in a great while gone out for, one of our rare shopping trips where we need to go look at some stuff and just leave the kids home and.
Yep. What's your bike mileage?
I don't know,
For
it's
the
over
summer?
600.
Over 600 miles.
I think.
I
think
would.
it is.
I think this is the most we've biked ever in a summer.
Oh, yeah, it's by far.
Because I mean, that
it's-
getting up every morning that we
Yep.
were doing.
We've had
before we went
summers
back to
occasionally in the past where we've biked for a while, but then usually something happens, we kind of get out of the habit and
Yep.
don't go back to it right away. And these are also summers, though, that, in all fairness, have much more opportunity for
Yeah.
doing
Other
things
things.
socially with other people and whatnot. So,
Yep.
I mean, in some ways it helped stay focused on it because it's not like we were going anywhere with anybody else doing anything like that.
And much longer bike rides.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, the last year, the 16-mile bike ride was a challenge and something we
Yep.
only got the kids to do like once or twice.
Yeah.
And this year it was like 12 was very common for them.
Yep.
You know, was not a push. The 22-mile ride was a little bit of a
Push on 22.
push. But they did really well
Yeah.
with it. So
I'm looking for those opportunities to go out into, outdoor spaces. Occasionally with groups. Rana did have some dance that happened in the park
yep.
where they were able to separate and kind of stay away, far enough away from each other. And
Yeah, those two things were there were twice at Phelan and then once when they performed at the Central Park in Roseville. That was really nice. Getting to see some of the people who are part of our community,
yeah,
our
Yeah.
the dance community
the
is
dance,
something
your dance
that
community. Yeah.
Rana's been part of for so long.
Yeah, for quite a while now. The kids have been coping by spending a lot of time immersing themselves in
Anime.
anime, the Norse nuts for Rana, some of their online media
Video
they've been
games.
watching, and video games, a lot of Minecrafting.
But yeah, we should try to do some game nights, virtual game nights. We did cabin weekend, and there was some gaming component was part of that, and it worked really well.
Yeah.
We could always try to do some element of, magic dueling where you're playing with someone and you're just in a Zoom call with them, and you have your camera focused on your cards, so you can see what they've got out, and they can see what you've got
There's
out.
actually a free website program to do just that.
Oh, cool.
Use your cell phone as a camera and kind of tie it into a Zoom-like call on a computer.
Cool.
and-
Or TV nights with Lee are good.
Yeah. Yep. We've been utilizing the Netflix party
Yeah.
function to watch a lot of Netflix with my friend Lee.
And we've done some movie nights, both with the Netflix party and then with just screen share through Zoom, and that's been really nice. I think I'd like to do more of those as we get into the big year weather where we want
Some bomber.
to have some sort of, it feels like we're being social, but
Yep.
and I'm trying to think of some ways that we can reframe, the context that we're living in,
Yeah.
because I think it's wearing in a subtle, slow way. Because initially I felt fine, but the last month and a half has been a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm feeling terrible, but it's definitely a lot harder,
Mm-hmm.
more frustrating. I'm more
Mhm.
frustrated more easily.
Well,
have a
I've been
shorter
out of the
temper.
house. Been
Yeah.
out of the house for 40,
It's
50
true.
hours a week now. And
Being home and being responsible for making sure that the kids are not actually goofing off at school, which
Yeah.
is one of the things that I have to do. I'm proctoring all of that while I'm working, means I'm not actually getting as much stuff done. So that's a little less fun. But we do have the kids'
Oh god.
morning
No,
schedule
that was,
is working really well, and we meditate
yeah.
most mornings together before they start school.
That's good.
The last week we've kind of fallen off, but we had been doing meditation at bedtime, a short, 3 to 5 minute meditation at bedtime, and I think it made a huge difference.
Yep.
So we need to get back to. Oh, and I think we're gonna try to start identifying and observing some special days in some fashion or another. Though, so
Mhm.
tomorrow is Mid-Autumn Moon Festival, so I'm going to play Chinese music and encourage some form of Chinese interaction for the kids. And maybe we can go out and look at the full moon, see if we can see it reflected in Phelan.
Okay.
Would be nice. Something simple. This doesn't have to be, these don't have to be huge over the top. We have to make a big feast and make cookies and make, all
Yeah.
the things and whatnot. It's just finding some things to.
Some of that would be nice.
Oh yeah, we're already, I think, planning on making cookies for Halloween.
Yep.
They don't have to be made at the end of the month. They could be made now.
Yep.
It's almost- it's October starting tomorrow. We could start making Halloween cookies and just eating them because it's the month. So finding ways to celebrate the everyday stuff and the
Oh,
small
yeah.
things
Yep.
so that it feels a little different, feels a
Yeah.
little better. Any thoughts going forward?
Oh, no, I'm
No?
done with
All
thoughts.
All done with thoughts.
Yeah, the
All right.
overtime I've been working has been draining me a little bit.
Yeah, you've been
so.
working a lot of overtime. So that's us, day 200 in quarantine. All right. See you in a future video.
See you at 250.
Oh, God.